Let's go.
Hey there, it's Coach Mandy. Welcome to Yoga 101. This is a class that is designed for those of you that are new to yoga. Maybe you've been interested in yoga and you want to dip your toes in. This is the place for you. So, what is yoga? We could start there. Yoga is a practice that is both mental and physical. What I love about yoga is it combines the breath, the mind, and the body. We combine those all. We just step into our body and really embrace where we are. And yoga should feel good. So, as we move through this practice, if I suggest a posture that doesn't quite feel right, make adjustments to make it feel good for you in your body. What are the benefits to yoga? Let's just talk about that for one moment because it's so important to understand the why behind a practice. So, the best thing that yoga offers, I believe, is an integrated system of movements that supports our nervous system, helps us get stronger, more flexible, and we're going to work on balance a little bit today too. So I feel like it's really some of the glue that can hold our fitness together. And at the end, hopefully, you're walking away feeling really, really awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go into child's pose, and you may have heard that before. We're going to bring our big toes together and our knees go wide. Let your hips sit down onto your heels, and then walk your hands out away from your body. Rest your forehead down. This is a really great posture to release any tension in your lower back. Begin to close your eyes. Let your body go limp. So if you find tension somewhere, try to let that go. And so I mentioned the breath. We're going to begin there. Just begin to notice what is happening with your breath. If you can, take your inhale and your exhale and breathe through your nose. That would be awesome. If it doesn't work today, no worries. Breathe in a way that's comfortable to you. We're going to start with some deep diaphragmatic breaths. So we're going to take an inhale. And as you inhale, let your belly expand almost to where your belly is touching your thighs, pushes on the thighs. And then as you exhale the breath, it comes out of your body and the belly pulls in a little. And then do it again, deep into your belly, like you're blowing up a balloon. And then exhale. And on your next inhale breath, walk your hands to the right, reaching the left fingertips long away from the body, and then really let the left hip get heavy. So you might feel a nice sensation through the left side of your body. It's creating a little bit of length. As you inhale, feel maybe a little tension in the left ribs. And then as you exhale, notice the softening. Do it again. Inhale. And exhale. Trying to breathe deep into the belly. On the next inhale breath, walk your hands to the center, pass through and go to the left. Root down and get the right hip super heavy. Forehead is resting down, and then reach the right fingertips long as you can, trying to create more length through the right side of the body. And again, inhale deep into the belly, noticing some tightness, tension in the right side. And then as you exhale, the body lets go a little bit of tension with it. And then another breath in and out. And come back to center. And then we'll rock ourselves up to a tabletop position. So your knees will be underneath the hips. The wrists will be underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips wide. And so like you could rest a plate on your back, pull the belly in, and then exhale, round the back. So take the chin to the chest, the tailbone gets heavy. Pull the belly to the spine. Feel the length in the back of the neck. and you're broadening the shoulders. So just some sensations there, and you're breathing into the belly and exhaling. And then on your next inhale breath, look up to the sky, lift the tailbone to the sky, and notice that stretch through the core, through your stomach, firm down through the ankles, and then exhale round. Do it again. Chin to chest, pull the belly in. Good. And then look forward, look up, and the shoulder blades roll on to the back. Come to a tabletop position, so flat back again. And take your right toes, tuck them under, and extend the right leg long. Now, just press the heel back and then let it come forward. Press the heel back and then let it come forward. Or pushing down through the hands and then hold here. Pull the belly in. So navel to spine, and then just notice what's happening in the right calf. So should feel like you're getting a little stretch, and even maybe in the bottom of the feet. It's a position we don't typically do. So you're stretching the toes in the bottom of the feet along with the lower calf. Good. Inhale and bring that leg back to center. Tuck the left toes under, extend the left leg long, pull the belly in. Push the floor away from you. And then again, rocking back and forth, just noticing what's going on with the bottom of your left foot. And it's very normal for your left and your right feet to feel different. So let your left heel get heavy and then feel that extension, maybe a subtle stretch or a lot of a stretch in the foot. Press the heel and feel the stretch in the calf. Good. And then go ahead and come back to all fours. So we're going to tuck both toes under this time. Inch your arms out, close to the top of the mat. Pull the belly in and then lift the tailbone up like we were doing that cow earlier. And then we're going to send the sit bones high to the sky. We're going to our first downward facing dog. So you're going to pedal out your right heel and your left heel, and then just take your stance a little bit wider. So maybe you're walking your feet out to where the outside edges of the mat are. And what that's going to do is give your hamstring a little bit of a breather if they're tight. So bend the knees, pull the belly in, and the sit bones go high. I like to pedal out my heels one and then the other. The head is relaxing. So in yoga, downward facing dog can be referred to as a resting pose. And I will tell you, most people don't find it very restful. And so if this feels like a lot of work, that is completely normal. But what we're doing is we're stretching out the backs of our legs. So you can go ahead and root down through both heels. Squeeze your thighs like you're going to lift your kneecaps up. And then push your hands into the ground. So notice if I'm just hanging out, my head gets closer to the ground. And then if I'm actively pushing and lengthening and growing my side waist, my head goes away from the ground a little bit more. Again, release any tension in the neck. Take another deep breath in through your belly and exhale. Good. Bend your knees, look at your hands, and then just walk yourself up to the top of your mat and take your feet as wide as your mat. I'm going to face you just so we can see each other. And so your knees are going to be bent here. Release your head and maybe shake it out a little. So working the ribs down the thighs. We're forward folding. We're lengthening out our hamstrings in the back of the legs, but bend and straighten because this might be the first one you've done in a while. And things in the back of the leg can get really tight because if you think about the way, we live our life, if we sit in a chair, our hamstrings are shortened. So when we're sending our sit bones to the sky, we're getting some traction through the neck and through the spine, and just notice gravity. It's a really awesome inversion. Inversions are so good to reverse our blood flow, right? From the lower part of our body back up to our head and our brain. Good. Take another deep breath in and out.
and then push down through the ground, bend your knees, and then ragdoll yourself up slowly. Just kind of like you're loosey-goosey all the way up to a standing position. And so then go ahead and bring your feet together. So your heels are right underneath your hip bones. Pull the belly in, relax the arms down. So this is mountain pose or Tadasana. So this is just our standing yoga pose. Press down through all four corners of your feet. So your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, the inner heel and the outer heel. And then a little bit of a pull into the midline from your ankles. Lift the kneecaps up, pull the belly in, maybe the hip points come up a little bit here, and then tall sternum, open the shoulder blades, crown of the head is lifting, so tuck the chin a little, and we get a little bit of length in the back of the neck, and then just close your eyes for a minute. Let the shoulders relax onto the back, away from the ears. And just feel yourself. Inhale and exhale. From here, open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then clasp your hands overhead. Take another inhale breath, and then pour over to one side. So we're crunching on one side and we're lengthening on the other, kind of like what we just did in child's pose. So we're lengthening our side waist. Might feel really awesome because we don't do this much in real life. Inhale, reach up, reach the knuckles to the sky. And then exhale, pour to the other side. Keep pulling the belly in and breathe. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, I call this cactus arms. Pull the elbows back. So we're opening the chest. I'm going to give you a side view here. Pull the belly in and the shoulders go back and the elbows are going to go back like into your back pockets. Good. Release the hands down and then forward fold. So you're going to lead with the chest. We're hinging at the hips. Bend the knees if your hamstrings feel pretty tight and release back down. Now we're in that forward fold. Inhale, half lift, so hands can go to the shins. And here what we're looking for is a long neck. So crown of the head is going forward. It's really easy. Maybe just for a moment, do a little hunchy back. So hunchy back is what I call when we are just kind of rounding, and that's kind of our go-to. I want you to stick the booty out and send the sit bones to the sky. Might get a little bit of a squeeze through here, and then the shoulders go down. So do the opposite again. Bring the shoulders to the ears and then push them away. And now you're in your half fold. Now exhale, fold all the way. Take your right foot, step it all the way back. So it's a big step. You may even have to go 1, 2. Back knee comes down. So we're in a low lunge position. Now, hands can come just to the thigh. Try not to rest at the knee joint, but just on the thigh. Let the hips get heavy here. If you try this and it just doesn't feel great, you can always go back to your hands on the ground. Pull the belly in. From here, reach the arms to the sky. So reach through the fingertips and squeeze the triceps. Pull the belly in and breathe. So the shoulders are away from the ears. One more breath and exhale, hands come down. Frame the front foot. Send the hips back. So we're in a half splits. The back toes can be tucked under. If this feels like a lot, you could also sit all the way down and untuck the toes. So we're just in this half splits position. We're stretching the back of the leg here. Should feel kind of nice. Now, dig that heel into the ground and lift yourself back up to that low lunge position. Tuck the toes under and step back to downward facing dog. So we'll hold here. Again, your feet can be as wide as the mat almost. Reach through the fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Look at your hands and step your right foot to your right thumb. The back knee comes down. Uncurl the back toes. Pull the belly in. Take your hands to the thigh. And then let the hips get heavy. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Notice what you notice. We're stretching and lengthening the hip flexors. They're really shortened a lot of the time when we are just doing our daily living. So this is just the opposite of that. It could feel really intense, or it could feel really awesome too. Good. Arms reach up if you want to go there. You can always put your hands back down on the ground. Keep pulling the belly in. Let the tailbone sink down. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale. Frame the front foot. Send the hips back for half splits. So again, we can sit all the way back like we did last time, or you can stay in an active half splits where your back toes are tucked under. Either one works for me. Just giving you some ideas. Push down into the front heel. Notice the contraction that you get in the back of the leg. So we get a little bit of hamstring strengthening as we're actively pushing down into the ground. All right, keep pushing down and then bring yourself back. Frame the front foot, curl the back toes, downward facing dog. Hold this here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another inhale. Look at your hands, bend your knees, come down to that tabletop. Now walk your hands out forward just a little to a half push-up position. Push the ground away to dome the upper back. This is going to engage your core more too. The elbows are going to go back at about a 45-degree angle. So what I don't want is for the elbows to flare way out. It'll hurt the wrists and not be great for the shoulder. You also don't have to come right next to the ribs. Ideally split the difference and lower all the way down. Pull the belly in, lower, 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 and then uncurl the toes. Press the big toes, your big toes, into the ground, and then loop the shoulders up to the ears and pull them back as you peel the chest off the ground. Now hold here for a moment. Think like you're going to pull your hands towards your hips, and you could maybe look to the right and look to the left. Shoulders want to come up to the ears, push them away, and then lower back down. We'll do that one more time. Loop the shoulders to the ears, push them back and peel up. This is cobra. And exhale, lower back down. Curl the toes under. You can go through a knee plank or a toe plank. Today we're going to do a knee plank. So pull the belly in and then push back to child's pose and then come back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look at your hands, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back like you could set a plate on that back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. And exhale through heart center. All right, so we are going to take our left leg, step it back. So our back heel and our right heel are in alignment. So this is warrior one. Ideally, the chest is facing the front of the mat, the arms are reaching up, and the hips are facing towards the left diagonal of the mat. So reach the arms up and pull the belly in tight. The front knee is bent. If this feels like a lot, you can always shorten your stance and come up higher. So the more you're pressing through the back pinky toe here, the more support you're going to have. This is an energizing pose, so it's a warrior pose. It's really awesome for whenever you are needing just some more energy and a lift throughout your day. So for a morning exercise practice, it's really awesome. Take an inhale here and then exhale. We're going to warrior two. Our front foot and our front heel and our back arch are in alignment. So relax the inner shoulders down, reach the fingertips long. We're stretching through our shoulders and the front knee is bent. Go a little bit deeper. Looking over the front fingertips, ideally. Take another deep breath here. Good. Straighten both legs, turn all 10 toes facing forward, arms reach up, pull the belly in, reach, 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 and then exhale, forward fold. Wide leg forward fold. Our toes are turned in a little and our heels are turned out a little. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. So Anytime we do that inhale for the flat back, we're lengthening our spine, and then exhale, fold and go a little deeper. Release any tension you have in your neck and breathe. This is so awesome for maybe stretching. You might feel it in the outer calf, kind of a new place, because we're internally rotating from our hips. So it's just a different angle. Good. And then strong legs, come up halfway and then come up all the way. Good. We're going to go to the left warrior one. So your left foot is going to be the front foot. Our back leg, back heel and front heel, they're in alignment. And we're turning our chest so that we're in alignment with our front leg. Arms reach up and then get as deep as you can here. Reaching and squeezing through the triceps, reaching the fingertips high. Pull the belly in so the ribs come together. Take another inhale. Exhale, warrior two. So front foot and the back arch are now in alignment. Resist the urge to reach forward. So maybe you try that. Reach forward with your shoulders and then come back and stack the shoulders over the hips. Looking over the front fingertips and then resting the inner shoulders down the back while reaching through the fingertips. Take one more breath here and exhale. Straighten the arms, turn the toes in, the heels go out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, go deeper. Squeeze your thighs, lift the sit bones to the sky. This is so good for lengthening the neck and the back. Good. Inhale, half lift, and then walk it around to the front of your mat. Step it forward. Both feet are forward now. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now use your legs, press down through the ground. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we're going to take our feet out wide here. Bend the knees. And then go ahead and let your forearms rest on your inner thighs. So try not to be at the knees, but we're kind of coming right here in the thigh, mid-thigh area. So a little bit, you might feel some stretching through the inner thighs. And I like to rock here on this one because I can feel a little more what's going on in my hips. So this is called temple pose. It's a really good hip opener, releases tension in the back and also stretches the hips because our hips can get so tight. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Good. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to do a little bit of balance today. So go ahead and stand on one leg. Does not matter which. I'm going to stand on this leg. So that leg that you're standing on, bend the knee. So when we lock the leg, we turn off the muscles in the leg. So we want to be really active, like you're growing roots through that foot. Kickstand the other leg. Hands go on the hips. Pull the belly in. I want you to think about all the energy in your body going towards the middle of your body. So working on that energy coming in and then growing roots and then the crown of the head's going up. So you've got direction on where our energy is going. All right, hands on the hips. And then now you can take and turn the knee out just a little bit. This knee is slightly bent. And then go ahead and maybe find just a low tree pose where your foot is kind of covering that side calf. Good. And so if this is going well, you could grab your ankle and grab that foot coming up above the knee maybe, and I'm pushing my foot and my thigh together. Hands can come to the heart. And if this is challenging for you, totally okay. Balance is hard if we don't practice it. Good. Arms can come up. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Ha! Now just kind of shake it out. I like to do some hip circles. Any little movement, just shake out that side. All right, let's try the other side. So go ahead and stand on the other leg.
Don't lock the knee. Keep the knee slightly bent. Kickstand the other leg. Hands on the hips. Pull the belly in. Turn the knee out. Now maybe find the calf. We only have one calf. Good. And then breathe here. If it feels good and you're feeling sturdy and strong, maybe you grab the ankle and find the inner thigh. If this is not happening today, do not worry. I'm throwing this in here to give you a taste of some different things. You can always stay even at the kickstand. Hands come to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Maybe up. Growing branches of our tree. Keep pulling the energy in towards the midline of your body. You're reaching through the fingertips and release. Good. And then shake that out. We're going to have a seat. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat for you. I want to take the soles of the feet together. Bring the heels in close to your body. Now I just reorganized myself. Try to sit on in front of the sit bones versus the tailbone. So it's really easy from a side view. You might see this better. If you are kind of prone to sitting back here, I want you to work on sitting up a little bit taller. All right. And then go ahead and grab the inside of your feet. And then sternum is coming forward, chin's tucked a little, and then just leaning forward ever so slightly. The goal is a flat back. Elbows are going to come down and just kind of give the inner thighs a little rest. If this feels like a lot, you could take your hands behind you and kickstand, just leaning forward. So notice the goal is a flat back versus a hunchy back. And so maybe do a hunchy back and then work on straightening out your spine. That's going to be the most important. Take a deep breath in and exhale. All right. Go ahead and find the wide part of your mat. The idea would be to keep the heels on the mat. It's just, unless you have carpet under, it's just a little bit more comfortable. So sitting up on your sit bones, inhale, reach your arms up, and then exhale, hands come behind. Kickstand again. So leading forward with the sternum, we're hinging at our hip, refraining from this position. And you may be here and not even know it. So if you can grow yourself just an inch, squeeze the thighs. If you need more, you can reach forward, maybe coming down to the elbows, taking a deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead and slowly come up. Go ahead and bring your knees together. We're going to roll all the way down onto our back. So from here, I want you to take your knees into your chest and then just rock side to side. If you need to move your ponytail, move your ponytail. So we're going to grab the ankles or the calf. This is called happy baby. So you could also grab the outside edge of the feet. Now the goal here is to not lift the sit bones up, but to press them down. And then arching, I want you to almost try to arch your lower back. Like if I was there with you doing this and I came around to check and I put my hand underneath your lower back, there would be a little bit of a space. So we're using our arms as an anchor and we're pulling our knees into our armpits. You could rock here. That feels amazing. Just working on rooting down through the tailbone. Good. Bring the knees back in. Now scoot your hips a little to the right. Let your knees come back in and then let your knees fall to the left. Arms can go out and just kind of relax like in a goalpost or in a T. Close the eyes for a moment. And then come back to center. Scooch the hips just a little to the left and then bring the knees back in and then let the knees fall to the right. Just a nice, simple, easy twist. Try to surrender your body every time you exhale. You're softening just a little.
And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and give them one more hug. Circle up the ankles. Take your legs and your arms out long. We are headed for our last pose, Shavasana. So I like to lift my head up just a little, just kind of let it rest, and then tuck the chin, create length in the back of the neck. Reach the arms towards your toes, and then let your legs just kind of fall out as they will. So from here, we're going to close our eyes down. We're going to relax our body. This is like a massage to our brain. So we are just letting our rest and digest, being in the present moment, all the movement that we did, we are enjoying the fruits of that movement. So close your eyes, begin to relax your body, releasing any tension in your fingers, jaw, and letting your feet get really heavy, letting them open. And I'm going to be quiet for just a few moments so you can enjoy just a little bit of this goodness, effortlessness, and practicing doing nothing. Because we have a doing brain and a being brain, and this is our being brain. Now you can stay exactly where you are. Enjoy a few more moments just like this. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes if you're ready to come out. But if you're not, stay exactly as you are. You can roll over and rest, pause, and come all the way up to a seated position. That is our yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me at Yoga 101. This is a practice you can do as many times as you want and refine and notice how your body changes and adapts to this practice. I cannot wait to see you next time. Thanks so much.